how is the impossible accomplished? This is the million-dollar question, right? Throughout history, there have been great successes accomplished by remarkable people. But for the average person like me, the impossible may seem daunting. If you had told me in August that I would be standing on stage in front of 500 people sharing my views about leadership as a freshman, I would have laughed, rolled my eyes, and said, impossible. But here I am, facing my impossible. I admit I am a quiet person. I like to figure out how things work or what I will say before I actually speak. I'm often perceived by my peers to be reserved when it comes to my opinions and hesitant to share when speaking in front of others. People have assumed that I don't want to share my opinions. Public speaking must be my worst nightmare. And being a leader is out of the question. In fact, a teacher once told me that my quiet nature would hurt me, not only as a leader, but also in my endeavors for future success. When I was told this, I quickly began to believe that maybe this teacher was right. Perhaps being quiet wasn't a characteristic that true leaders possessed. However, I quickly reflected and came to the conclusion that there was one person in my life who I knew proved that what this teacher had told me was far from true. My grandpa, who is 80 years old, has continuously shown me that leading without words is not only doable, but that leading without words can reveal one's true character and hence be a more effective style of leadership. Whenever I would come home from school upset or dejected based on the events of the day, my grandpa would greet me with a plate of his famous nachos. Without fail, he would continue to do this for years because he would know that it would cheer me up immediately. Upon delivery of the precious cargo, he simply handed me the nachos with a smile and would say, "You can do it." 4 words, 4 simple yet effective words. He did not always know the context as to why I was upset, but in the true style of a leader, he believed in me. My grandfather, a man of few words, inspires through his actions. While I have never once heard him boast or self-promote his accomplishments, he has served in the military, traveled into war zones as a civilian in the Air Force, and although never attending a Jesuit school, has fully embraced the practice of serving others while advocating for social justice. While my description of him as quiet, reserved, and an unpretentious leader seems to be overly simplistic, his impact on me proves 2 things. 1, words are not the most powerful means of communication. Actions are. 2, introverts have the power to cultivate the potential in others by silently targeting self-doubt, creating a relationship of trust, and inspiring confidence. So, the day the teacher attempted me to tell me that quiet individuals cannot lead, she failed to recognize it's not words, but actions and confidence that lead to opportunities for success. Thanks to my introverted grandpa and a plate of nachos, I ignored the comment, and today I am standing here, facing my impossible and doing what I love. I'm often reserved around others, yes, but I am so much more than what people commonly perceive. Introverts are not often thought of as leaders simply because they do not project their opinions. They must deliberately think before they speak, and on the occasion, they do need to be called upon to express their opinions. However, instead of simply accepting the stereotype of leadership, introverts can promote an alternative view based on actions and results. Introverts can discern deliberately, taking the time to think about words that will look to inspire others. By providing ways in which introverts can share their unique strengths, society will continue to grow. And perhaps the common misperceptions once thought of to only belong to introverts will become positive qualities one aspires to have. Each and every one of you can be a leader, extrovert and introvert alike. Our personality types are never an excuse as to why we are not finding success as a leader. There are many examples of role models and leaders who have shown that being organically quiet-natured is possible. These people include Rosa Parks, Mother Teresa, Albert Einstein, and Omaha's own Warren Buffett. If your actions are as simple as making a plate of nachos, or as complex as creating a billion-dollar company, know you inspire others by leading. I'm standing here today in the midst of an amazing group, in the hopes to inspire more people who prefer actions over words to erase the common misperceptions and assumptions of quiet individuals. I'm willing to guess you never imagined that love and nachos could be the recipe for leadership. But I challenge you to look around you for examples of how you can ignite the passion of others, because you might just lead them to accomplish their impossible. Finally, I will ask you, what is your impossible, and why is it stopping you from being a leader? Thank you.